Alright, this is Calibos and this is Beyond the Skies. So as you see, I have spent some time making some cobblestone and I have been expanding. Um, it's been super exciting. Honestly, I was just like watching videos and doing this on the side. So I'm planning on going that way. So we'll make this a little bit wider. I can be slightly more active now that I'm recording, I guess. Now I see how YouTubers always have such giant bases they want us to play, but you know they can't actually do anything tangible while not recording. So there's a lot of just cosmetic stuff that ends up getting done. I mean, I guess cosmetic stuff is good. You can have pride in the base. Oh, you know what I should have done? I'm an idiot. So we'll start some of this going. But I'll try not to expend it too much at this point. What I'm going to do is start swapping out the floors, and I should have done that before I did any of that nonsense. Oh well, we can still do it. So we'll make this a little bit wider. Have some grass spreading. So let's look at this. Dirt. Uses for dirt. So we can make coarse dirt, which makes dirt very fast. If we look at the sieve, we can get stones, seeds. We need some ancient spores. Chances are not so very good for that. Looks like 5%. Okay, well. But yeah, we need ancient spores. No way around it. And it's a string mesh. Looks like the only way to get it. So that. I had a string mesh. String mesh, string mesh. String mesh. There we go. Ancient spores. Come on, think ancient spores. Oh, that's quite a lot of stuff actually. Well, there's grass seeds, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. What does it say? We had a 5% chance, so that's roughly 1 in 20. Clearly, we're not making it this time. But that does give us a number of other things that we need. Yep, no ancient spores, but we have andesite, diorite, acacia, granite, grass, lots of pumpkin seeds, birch seeds, potato seeds, melon seeds. Unidentified. Is agricraft in here? Oh yeah. So we have agricraft. So that means that we can basically level our plants up. Just take all of them. So we use these crop sticks. I don't know if there's weeds though. Not really sure how you tell if weeds are enabled. But pretty much you do this, and there. So now they're growing, and theoretically if I do that, when these are grown, they will spread to that one once I put a crossbar on it. So we'll think about that in the future. What I'd like to do is begin sorting the chests a little bit. And I'll probably do most of that when we are not recording. I mean, for the most part, there's not a lot of various things that we get. I mean, there we go. Assuming most of the stuff is... That should be really it. Most of the stuff is more than acceptable, and if we grab like string and stuff like that, mob drops, whatever you want to call them. So mob drops, signs and metals somewhere else. Should this arguably go in here? I guess, maybe. So yeah, I don't seriously have a plan for this episode. I'm just kind of gonna wing it. I have some stuff that I want to do, but that's in general stuff, not specific things. For example, I now have this sieve, so and you may or may not have noticed I've actually got a second sieve already. That. So I don't really need these anymore. We're going to get them out of the way. Okay. So yeah, I've got a second sieve somewhere in here, and I've got this. I'm really kind of irritated with how slow the pick is. So we're going to come over here to the part builder. We're going to take some flint, and we're going to discover that flint is not a useful tool. That's annoying. I was kind of hoping that it was. But that's okay, because one of our other goals was a flint mesh. Oh, we've already got slabs. So we're looking at sieves, sieves, sieves. So I would flint, if I put that here. So the flint mesh in combination with the sieve gets us bone meal, yellorium, aluminum, lapis, nickel, iron. So this is going to be our best chance of getting iron. Apparently it also gives us nether quartz and tin and copper. So yeah, each one of the meshes, for example, there's an iron mesh, has a different range. Um, has a different range of things that it produces. So we're going to be able to make, our choices what we want based on what we get based on what we use. So my goal is to set all of this up so that as much as possible is automated. Now we need more trees, more lumber, always. We need the Enderman to stop escaping. That would be beautiful. Let's see. So I have this great strategy for Enderman. You just beat the annoying elephant. Alright, so that sets us up with a couple of things. So when possible, I like to automate my trees. It's not exactly possible at this point in the game, but it will be surprisingly soon. Get some more dirt. Ooh, epic loot bag. So, as far as I'm aware, these are garbage. If you know differently, you can just tell me. Oh, nice. Mob drops, mob drops. Heck, let's put these in the mob drops too. Because for the moment, that's where I'm getting most of them. Attack Reborn. I want to say I know what that is. So I do actually have a better sword, but I am trying to specifically level up this one. I want to make it unbreakable and then bump its damage and all sorts of crazy things. So now this should spread. I don't know how long it'll take. The soil is dry, so it might take a minute. So now we do that. We'll create some more. But we will eventually begin leveling this up. I'd like to do the same with pumpkins. So yeah, we just need to make a larger farming area. So this is not fancy, but I'm going to eventually swap everything out with basically stone bricks. And the reason for that is I'm not really worried about it being nice. What I am worried about is accidentally vein mining the entire platform. So it'll be stone bricks with another material on top or underneath or something. Plus having a 2 or 3 thick layer will not only keep me from, like I said, vein mining the entire platform, especially if they're all different, but when it comes down to wiring, I can just go ahead and hide wiring in the floor a lot easier than if it's just a single thickness. What I may do is just go ahead and make separate quadrants. So I'll have an area here that's going to surface one material, area over there that's going to surface another material, so that if I do vein miner, nothing is touching, nothing dangerous anyway. We'll have to see how it works out. So, and that was weird. Did anybody see what? Oh, there it is. So let's grab pumpkin seeds. Because again, you guys have no clue how useful pumpkin seeds are going to be. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to have to level them up by breeding them, in which case there's a specific method for getting it pretty fast. Oh, look, we have a mesh. Cool. Farming. Item ducks are pretty cool. Tech trees. How do we want to do this? So I'm probably going to skip around a little bit. What we really want is this, because this is going to make our life better. In order to do this, I need to get some iron going. So there's a couple of different ways to get iron. So we were already talking about this. So red, gray, and I think I basically got sidetracked. So it's 2 red, 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 gray. Did I have... Two red, 2 green, 2 gray, 2 yellow. Now, if you get into this, you just like the bowls, all you really have to do is drop it on top of. So it's a lot easier to automate than you might expect. Or you can simply right-click. So this thing is pretty cool, and one of the reasons that I want to use stone bricks instead of simply, and just using stone is because if I am using stone or regular stone, that will happen. And that is very weird. I've never seen blue ore before, but it's going to be very awkward as far as picking it up. And there we go. So let's make a stone pickaxe if we can. You know, pickaxe heads. Let's look at tinkers really quick. Stone. So it doesn't let us make any of the base ones. I mean, if there's no recipe for that, how are we supposed to make those? So let's try to make one of these. Vanilla pickaxe. Oh, good. And then to feed this, remember we just throw down some of these. Now, realistically, we threw down too many. We should only be throwing down like 4 at a time. So these will feed there, that'll feed that, and this will explode a single thing. Come on, you can do it. I have faith in you. There we go. So yeah, that's really the secret here. I mean, that's all we're planning on doing as far as it's a very good way to get ore. I could go sieving and stuff. This honestly is not all that hard to automate. We might look into is there an easy way to double it? So that might work. Put it under things to get Faranum seeds. Faranum. 75% chance. That requires a lot of iron in advance. We need that. Give it back. Weird. Why are they not eating the ore? I sense a problem. That's the problem. Okay, I know exactly what the problem is there. That was all me. So yeah, this is actually the only difficulty with running in this kind of mining. Is it does specifically have problems with, at least in the beginning, of being able to actually mine the ore. But very rapidly you stop having that problem. So we'll swap that to 2 really quick. Yeah, see, redstone. Right. And I think there's some yellow right under there too. So now the thing that I'm just remembering, somewhere in here, we're going to skip some stages. So this is basically the equivalent of having a higher level pick, because it is. Man, if there's quests for higher level stuff, we are set. Throw down some of that. But if we can get up to 3 diamonds, we'll get a block breaker. Block breaker will allow automating that a little bit easier. See, diamonds. Every lead we get speeds us a little bit further on the way. Let's throw this down. So yeah, at this point it's just a matter of cooking the stone, staying ahead of it. And like I said, there's totally a way to automate this so it'll get pretty fast. So this is already a lot faster than just using the wood pick. I do not understand why I could not make the pick heads. Is it just me? I thought I remembered there being a materials list. Stuff you could make. But yeah, so you know that drill. There's a couple of other ways to do this. If we look at here they are, the wooden casings. So casing. Let's make ourselves a gear. Okay, so these don't convert back. They usually do. Yeah, see, one of the benefits to this is it gives us 4 pumpkins instead of just 1. And I am all about that. Even if it just grows at normal speeds, 4 pumpkins. Man. And so we're at the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to call it here since we're 10 minutes over. I'm going to try and like organize some stuff and clean up, and I guess I'll catch you later. So thanks for coming. If you liked it, leave a like. Didn't like it, don't leave a like. Questions, comments, and concerns can go below. Have a good night.